Welcome back, Judgment Crew. Today I'm going to be reading some toxic family Reddit posts. Am I the a-hole for throwing out my kids' food? I think you throw out my food, you're already considered an a-hole right off the bat.
No, I'm gonna starve.
When I was a child, my mother had no concept of what is healthy food. If it said diet on the box, it was okay. She would serve me cereal for breakfast. Dinners were often processed ready-to-eat junk or McDonald's. After-school snacks were cookies and Little Debbie. Imagine having Little Debbie's as an after-school snack every day. Now that's childhood. My mom is obese and I was almost 300 pounds when I graduated high school. It was only after I moved out that I realized how unhealthy I was, and it took me years to use that childhood weight and establish good eating habits. My wife has always had them and was brought up by a family that didn't trust processed foods. My family and I follow a whole food diet for ourselves. My mom had a heart attack and is almost 400 pounds, and she wasn't able to make rent, so now she's living with me and recovering at my home. She has been to a nutritionist multiple times for her weight and acts like she's too stupid to understand what they are saying, or acts like no one really eats like that, or the doctors and nurses are bullying her because of her weight. Honestly, with her seeing a nutritionist, there is some people that do not want to drink the water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. She has been ordering junk food and takeout on apps like Instacart and Uber Eats. She's been feeding my kids the same junk food, even after I told her to stop. How are you not able to make rent, but you're able to do Instacart and Uber Eats? Uber Eats is so expensive now. I hear the Ring camera go off and my youngest child gets my mom's latest McDonald's order. My mom got both of my kids a Happy Meal. This was the third time she has done this week. Okay, could you imagine being a kid though and getting 3 Happy Meals in a week? I'd give me some of the McNuggets, small fries, apple slices. I'd be living like a king if I was them. Also, it's so funny to me imagining the little kid running to get the food after the doorbell goes off. I took my kids' Happy Meals and tossed them in the trash and poured cleaner on top of them. I'll tell my mom if she wants to eat herself to death, that's okay with me, but do not kill the children the same way you almost killed me as a child with this trash. Things got heated because my mom was crying and said she doesn't know any better, and one Happy Meal will not hurt my children. I'll tell her this is the third one this week, and if she gives my children junk again, she'll find herself in a nursing home. My mom cried and cried, saying I was mean to her, and all the doctors do is bully her. She just wants to live her life. I told her she's not living her best life, she's not eating herself to death. My mom called me a bully and told my children I was a bully, and not to act like me in school. I told my mom I'm fed up with her, and I'm looking at nursing homes later that week, and I'm not having her bring this lifestyle into my home and around my children. Putting your mom in a nursing home just because she's eating bad is crazy, but I get her including your kids. Why don't you just grow a backbone and be more stern? I don't understand. Like, she's living there with you. Why don't you just stop it? You can do something about it, in my opinion. I don't think the OP is an a-hole. There are some people that just do not want to be helped when it comes to their eating habits. And that's okay. This is America. You can do whatever you want. In the long run, you want to make sure that they stay for your children so that they can get to know them when they're older and see them grow up. But there's just sometimes where you can't really do anything, and it's up to the person, and if they don't want to be helped, you can't really help them. Final verdict, not the a-hole. I feel like I should be in Law and Order or something. Am I the a-hole for disagreeing with my wife's idea of never learning how to cook? My wife, 24, and I, a 26-year-old female, are struggling in our marriage as she believes she does not need to help cook or prepare food or even help clean up after besides dishes. She was raised in a family with no chores and they had a maid come clean the house. She has never learned to cook and cannot boil water despite me walking her through it. She just loses patience. I love my wife and have taken time out of our evenings to show her how to cook and measure spices, for example. She lasts about 2 minutes before walking away or throwing a tantrum that she does not want to learn, and I should be the only one in the house who has to know how to cook. First of all, why are you acting like a child? Just learn how to cook. I feel like everybody should learn how to make something basic. Eggs, boiling water. If you don't know how to boil water, how did you make it to 24? The other night I got home from work and was exhausted, especially since it was a busy week in healthcare. She complained she has not spent enough time with me the past few days, so I offered to have her cook with me so she can learn while also spending time together. I thought it would be cute to make a recipe together that we never ate before. She threw a fit and said she just wanted to watch TV, but eventually agreed to sit in the kitchen with me. OP sounds so nice and so patient, and doesn't deserve to be treated that way. About 10 minutes in, I asked her to wash the grill rack since she usually does the dishes when I cook. Surprise, she threw a tantrum. Eventually she did it because she was hungry and I was busy cooking 3 different parts of the dinner. A few minutes later, I had to go outside and grill some chicken, and I asked if she could start putting some spices away so I would have less cleanup. I think you know what happened next. Let me guess, she had a tantrum. She eventually stopped yelling and complaining and put some stuff away. I gave her plate of food first to enjoy since I still had some cleaning to do. I talked to some friends about it, and they said if it was their significant other who never cooked, they would eventually said they had to prepare their own meals if they would not help. I agree. That's tough love. I feel like if you keep complaining and you act like a child, you need to grow up in some form. And having them cook their own meals might be the best way. I've mentioned in the past that she should learn to cook on her own for numerous reasons, but being that she's a very picky eater, so anything I do cook, I have to prepare differently and separately.
Why are you being that way?
She's literally so nice and does all these different things for you, but you are being a child and you're not even You're being picky? I'm also the one who does the handyman duties as well as take care of all the bills and yard work. So what does this person do? I do have to give credit where credit is due and mention that she does the dishes and puts the laundry away. Am I the a-hole for wanting her to learn how to cook and or at least help in preparing the kitchen? Dude, I do not think you're the a-hole at all. I say have her watch a cooking show. Maybe give her like a cooking book, a beginner's guide or something. Freaking just give her something that she can use to better herself. The verdict? Not the a-hole. And now for our final story. Am I the a-hole for making my son's birthday take precedence over my partner's family gathering? Oh yeah, this is gonna be a doozy. I, 37 male, have a 6-year-old son whose birthday is next week. I've been planning his small birthday party and invited a few close friends and family. It means so much to him, and I just want to make it special since he's still at the age where birthdays are magical. I'd say the cutoffs to where birthdays stop being magical are probably around 13 or 14. That's when it just kind of just goes. But maybe that's just for me. My partner, 35 male, comes from a big family, and his family is planning an event on the exact date of my son's birthday. He claims we have to go because his family always makes it a point to get together during occasions. I kind of get that, but somehow this is my son's birthday, and it should be more important than them, especially since he's excited. 1000% if I'm in the same shoes, I'm focusing more on my kid's birthday. I suggested we could attend his family gathering later in the day after the birthday party, but instead he's irritated and thinks that I am putting my son's interest before his family, which feels kind of stupid. He says it's not fair on his family and that such a miss may result in hurt feelings.
Oh, you feeling? Are your feelings gonna hurt? 35-year-old feelings gonna get hurt?
I've tried to tell him that we should celebrate with his family another day, but he claims this is important to him and that I am selfish since I am not putting his family into consideration. Now he's starting to go alone, which means not making it to my son's party. How are you a 35-year-old and you're making it about you? I want my son's birthday to be memorable and it happens only once a year. Am I the a-hole for insisting we need to prioritize my son's birthday over his family gathering? Absolutely not! I don't think OP is an a-hole, but their partner definitely is. And stop acting like a child. I would 100% put more effort into my son's birthday party than going to someone else's party. Verdict? Not the a-hole. These were just a few short stories. Thank you for watching the video. I'm gonna probably make a lot more in the future and get better at this because that's what time does, right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but I will catch you guys in the next one.